He doesn't even belong on my arm wrestling table. That's my area. That's my game, and he ain't got no shitting business being there.
The truck is why I'm here. I mean, I don't care about being the champion, the title. None of that means nothing to me. I need this truck.
All I want to do is hurt him, cripple him, get him off the table so he never dares try to compete against me again.
What I do is I turn my hat around like this. It's like the switch that goes off. I start feeling like an entire different person. I feel like a machine. I feel like a truck. Over the Top was released in 1987, directed by Menahem Golan and starring Sylvester Stallone, David Mendenhall, and Robert Loggia. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backtrack Cinema. My name is Jason, and today we're going to review Over the Top as part of the Alphabet Action Movie Challenge, and obviously we are on letter O. Over the Top has been one of my favorite 80s films, one of my favorite Stallone films as long as I can remember. I could be wearing nostalgia glasses on for that. I mean, my dad took me to see this in the theater in 1987. My first Stallone movie I ever saw in the theater, and I loved it. I've been loving this movie ever since. I think it's massively underrated. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes 32%, and this doesn't make fucking sense to me. That's a dumpster fire, man. This movie's not a dumpster fire. Sure, it has men beating on their chest. It has that over-the-top guys roaring, arm wrestling, testosterone, but I fucking love it. But it also has a lot of heart to this film. A lot of heart to this film. And it's kind of a role that, you know, that underdog character that Stallone can play so well, you know what I mean? And I often wonder, you know, this is produced by Canon Films. Menahem Golan, you know, directed this one. It's my favorite Canon film. You know, they had some luck with Stallone and Cobra, went to try it again. The box office had bombed, but it found its fans on VHS. It found its fans on home video, right? I often wonder, because, you know, 1987 was like the downfall of Canon Films. I often wonder if this was a hit and gave Stallone that next big character, if Masters of the Universe went on to be a hit, if Superman 4 wasn't such a bomb, like if they treated these movies a bit better and, you know, they ended up being hits, imagine where Canon Films would be today. I digress. But Over the Top, man, yeah, just a really, really heartfelt story for me. And one of the reasons I do have a lot of attachment to it, I'd head to work with my dad as a kid, going to his shop. We'd be driving in a pickup truck all the time. He would arm wrestle at taverns when I was really small. My dad was a really good arm wrestler, not professionally, but, you know, making little side wages. And he'd phone my mom and go, someone wants to take me out for $300. She goes, we need the grocery money. Do it. And he'd freaking twist them over, and that was it. You know what I mean? The movie's just a very special father-son movie, and that I think every father and son should watch and sit down and watch this flick together. We find tough trucker Lincoln Hawk going to pick up his son from some kind of private, like, military school to reconnect with his son, who he hasn't seen in 10 years. And he tries to make up for lost time and tries to win an arm wrestling championship. So yeah, very much like a lot of movies from the 80s, you know, sports movies especially after Rocky with boxing, the underdog story became more popular than ever. Then we got like Karate Kid. There was Rad with BMX bikes. So why not arm wrestling? And when you put Stallone in there, you're just going to root for this guy because he plays that underdog so well. I just love the journey that Stallone and his son, Michael, played by David Mendenhall, go on, how they reconnect, right? It's not easy. It doesn't start off with a lot of tension because this kid does not know who he is. He's just trying to get a relationship going and connect with Michael again. He teaches him these life lessons along the way, how to drive his truck. They just learn a lot about each other. Grandfather's practically raised Michael, and, you know, has blocked Lincoln Hawk right out of the picture to the point where, like, Michael doesn't even know who he is, has never gotten a letter or anything, even though Lincoln Hawk wrote to him many times, birthdays, holidays, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to push Lincoln Hawk right out of the way. And amidst all this, his wife, Michael's mom, is very sick. I think it's like a heart disease or a cancer. And then the biggest thing that happens is that she dies. And then it becomes this little custody battle kind of thing. And the real conflict of the story is between Lincoln Hawk and the grandfather. And he'll get custody over Michael. Michael just has this fear. He just does not want to go with his dad because he feels like he has a home. You know, he doesn't know if his dad's just going to leave again. You know, his father, you know, this earning that trust, you know what I mean? This is where Lincoln Hawk has to let his son go again. That's where he competes for the arm wrestling championship and just sells everything, where he just has nothing left. And this is where the real emotion comes in, because when Michael finds all the letters over the last 10 years that his dad has written to him, and that great music that comes in that we'll talk about in a minute, it just gets so emotional. And Michael realizes, well, my dad has been in my life. He's wrote to me my whole life. And it just gets really emotional. Just like a lot of these movies, like Karate Kid, like Rocky, the sports stuff, the boxing, the karate, in this case, the arm wrestling is just a means to an end. It's more about the characters and the emotions and everything you're feeling in this movie. And you top it off with all this arm wrestling. It's just fantastic. I mean, Stallone just has that charisma that elevates this movie. This movie bombed with Stallone in it. I couldn't imagine if it was any other actor what would have happened. I mean, I don't think it would have found its life on VHS if it wasn't for Stallone being in this movie. That great moment, man, that great moment where the grandfather tries to buy him off, which you're not going to buy off a character like this hardworking blue-collar guy. All he wants is his son back, right? And tries to buy him off to start his own family. And his, bodyguard won't let him through. And he's like on through talk, and he knocks that fucking bitch right through the window. I get jacked every time, man. And that energetic music comes in, and then we get to the arm wrestling. They handle all the arm wrestling really good. You even see Stallone lose a match. He goes right to the finals, and it's so great with the music and the energy the movie has of this final bout between Bull Harley and Lincoln Hawk. And I love all the arm wrestling in this. I think all the arm wrestling matches are awesome. The end fight, is very drawn out. It would never last that long, but it's drawn out. It's dramatic. I really enjoy it. This is the kind of movie that is cheesy. It is a product of his time, but that's why I love it. When Stallone re-edited Rocky IV and grounded it more and made it more, dramatic and everything like that, a lot of people got upset about it, saying, it lost that flavor. It lost that, that nostalgia, my childhood, just lost the taste. The taste was so good. This is a movie I would never want to see that happen to. I would never want to see anyone tinker with over the top for that same reason. Because I think it has such a great flavor to it. Yes, it is cheesy, but cheese is good. I mean, I just love the aesthetic feel of this whole movie. And Stallone brings an intensity to the arm wrestling. I mean, that end match is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of these matches where Stallone just brings such an intensity to, because he's already lost one match, so he has to win now, everyone out from here on out. Just the way they shoot it, the way, the freaking gleaming, shiny muscles and everything like that, the lights coming down on them, and it's just so intense and energetic. You can just feel the energy in the room with the crowd and everything. And this Stallone's performance, all the other arm wrestlers, they're awesome. They're fantastic. Some of them, I believe, are even real arm wrestlers. And Bull Harley, I mean, I just love this guy. This guy is just a great villain where he's like, get out of my way. And he's like, you're going to rip your shitting arm off, boy. Your nose hurt, Hawks? I drive truck, break arms, and arm wrestle. That's what I love to do. That's what I do best. All I want to do is cripple him, hurt him, let him know that he has no shit in business being at my table. That's my game. That's my area. He's just, the way this guy talks, man, it's just awesome. I just love this dude, man. Seeing him and Stallone in that final arm wrestling match is just awesome, man. And the real heart of this movie is the music. Like I say, the music is the heart of any film, and it's just driving this movie forward with that music. Right from the get-go, where he's driving his truck to pick up his son, we get a great tune called In This Country. You got Sammy Hagar in here, Winner Takes It All. We got some Kenny Loggins with We Meet Halfway. I pump this freaking soundtrack in my car every day, man. I just love it. I love certain tracks on it. Even the song Over the Top, man. Over the Top. And the score, too. The composition, everything's fantastic, too. And when Stallone wins this match at the end, it's just very touching. It's heartfelt. Even the grandfather, you see him shedding tears because he knows with all this conflict the way he feels about Lincoln Hawk, because he knows this is what his daughter would have wanted. His grandson and his father back together again. You know what I mean? Being together. It's just a great family movie. It's a great family movie to watch with the family. It's great to watch with your son if you have a son. Hell, even fathers and daughters, you can relate to all this stuff. I will never fucking understand at all why people laugh at this movie and everything. I don't get it. Okay, call me freaking crazy. Call me, I know nothing about movies. I'm fine with that. You have good character arcs. You got energetic music. You got great arm wrestling matches. You have emotion running through it all. I just don't get it, man. Is it shot technically the best? No. No, it's not. But it's just an awesome film, man. Films are supposed to make us feel, and this movie makes me feel. And that's my 2 cents, man. Take it or leave it. Guys, that is it. If you want a good, heartfelt story with Stallone, arm wrestling, truck driving, and a real heart to something, you're going to want to watch Over the Top. I'm going to give Over the Top a solid B. But what about you guys? Let me know in the comments below what you think of Over the Top, and we'll have a great discussion on this flick. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Go down the rabbit hole. I've already done First Blood. I've done Cobra. I've done 5 Rocky movies. So if you love Stallone, check out the channel. Go down the rabbit hole. I'd really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys watching this review. My name is Jason. I will see you on the next video, and I will see you in the movies. Cheers.